Hello? Why is the door handle here? And why do you see the knees caving in the middle of the squat? Why is the door handle here? Not here, not here. The simple explanation is it's easier for us to push or pull the door if it's far away to the center of rotation at the hinge. So longer lever means longer movement arm, means more rotational force. So if you use the same amount of force, it's going to be easier to pull here as compared to here if there's another handle. Got it? And why do you see the knees caving in the middle of the squat? There is a small clue that you can use as a hint. Pay attention on when the knee starts to cave in during the squat. Does it ever happen when you're going down in the squat? I've never seen it. It always happens when you start to go up. When you start to go up, you are trying to extend your knees and extend your hip. But I just want you to focus on one muscle group at this point of time, the adductors. The adductors are one of the hip extensor, but it also has another function, which is to adduct your femur, to bring your knees inwards. Your body movement is very similar to this door system. The door itself are your bones. You have your joints, and when your muscles are contracting, it's almost like you're pulling against this door to create movement. So when your adductor is helping with the hip extension, it also does the same thing with your femur. It adducts the femur, so that's why there's always a slight tendency for your knees to cave in during the squat. The movement that we can do to counter this, to counter the adduction, is to abduct. Quick tip in remembering adduction and abduction. A deduction, A abduction. Good girl, bad girl. Good girl, bad girl. Bad girl starts with B, abduction. Ellie, can you help me? Yes. Okay. Ellie is currently inside. Ellie is going to pull that way towards you. I'm going to pull here. Pull, Ellie. So this is like the adductors and the abductors pulling each other to maintain control of your femur. So, Ellie, I will pull harder, right? Okay. So, I am the adductor. When the knee valgus is happening, when your knee collapses, it means that your adductor is winning the tug of war between the adductors and Ellie, the abductors. Okay. But I thought that in starting strength, we are asked to shove the knees out. Why does it still come in if I'm trying to actively push out? Hello. This is our friend Mr. Bones, and he has kindly volunteered in showing what's happening between the adductors and the abductors. So right now we are highlighting Mr. Bones' left femur, left thigh over here. And you can see there are some markings in red and in blue signifying the attachment of the muscles. The red represent the adductors and the blue represent the adductors. So imagine that for the adductors, if the muscle contracts, it will actually pull the bones this way. And the adductors over here in the at the front side of your femur, and also over here on the side of the tibia, when it contracts, it will try to bring your femur out. Applying the principles that we learned just now, the further away the handles, there will be more movement arms. And in this case, the pull can be stronger. It's going to be easier to pull here as compared to here. Look at the relative distance between the joint, which is the center of rotation, to all of the attachment of the adductors over here and over here, versus the abductors, which is very, very close to the hip joint. There's one more attachment here at the tibia, but that muscle is relatively small. Okay, with all of that explanation, do we want to allow our knees to cave in every single time we squat? The answer is no. But I do not want you to think as well that this is happening because of muscle weakness and because of your foot instability, and you need to practice more balance and doing more pistol squats. I don't think that's the answer. I think this is happening because of the adductors doing its role in helping us with the hip extension. But as the adductor contract, it will also pull our femur in. And now, while the abductor is trying to pull the opposite direction to maintain the angle of our femur, sometimes the adductor do win this tug of war between the abductor and the adductor. And a possible reason for it is because the attachment of the adductors are longer and further from the hip joint as compared to the abductors. I hope this explanation makes sense to you, and I hope you learned something from this video. I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.